Gaming is a very, very important part of Reddit. In fact, it's one of the big heart of Reddit. It's one of the top 5 categories on Reddit. Which means, like, if you think about people who come to play game, they come to Reddit to play games. We have some games there. They come to share their feedback. They come to share their ideas. They come to share their wish list. They share snapshots of their actual games they have played, and there are very small indie communities discussing different kinds of games across different domains within gaming. In terms of what we're seeing is, it's not just the people who are developing games, but also who have played games long back. They're coming back now and just reading the articles about what they liked about it, what are their feedback about the gaming going forward. In terms of the velocity of discussion, we're seeing one of the most hottest and high velocity audience, which is very high engaging in different communities. Think of r/gaming. It has over 40 million people hang out there. So it's pretty hot for us and very important and core to what we do and what we build at Reddit.
So I think what developers out there really need to think about, right, when they're developing their game, when they're trying to go to market, could you talk to how Reddit can help, like, maybe understand, like, your audience better, right? Could you talk, like, how game developers can utilize Reddit in those beginning stages?
Look, the idea is there are different subreddits, the groups, as we call them, subreddits on Reddit. Some of us here are already parts of those subreddits, and the question is, how do you use them to now help you develop better games? So the classic development cycle, right? The first step is, can we be a part of your development journey? Step one is, as you have an idea, you have a concept in mind, do you want early feedback? Reddit is a place for that. We'll talk more about how can we make it more efficient, because you might know only 2 subreddits or 3 subreddits to get feedback from. Can we give you a bunch of subreddits where you can go and ask a very specific question or / getting feedback about your idea, about your inspiration, or your first build? The whole idea here is, can we shorten your feedback cycle? Step one, so developing. In the develop phase, we can help you find the right subreddit to get feedback. Number 2 is, once you have built that product, once you have a game that's ready to go, can we create the hype within subreddits? And not just big subreddits, maybe the one that you really care for. How do you find it? It's hard. Reddit has 100,000 communities, active communities. How do you find that 1 or 2 subreddits? We have built a tool for that, which we haven't shared broadly. Today we'll talk about that openly. It's called Reddit Pro. So we'll share a couple of mocks from that. And all of you here should sign up for that, play with it, and find those subreddits based on your game that you're thinking of, or a similar game that's already in the market. Maybe you can really use that as a vehicle to find your niche and go deeper. So that's on launching. Can we create the hype with the groups, with the right subreddit again, through AMAs? We can broker some conversation with moderators there and have those deeper discussion with people to create the hype about your game. That's part 2. And look, the 3 is really, once you have built the game, launched the game, now what? How can we go deeper and create a deeper connection with those users? How can you talk about your next patch that's going live there? How can you share tips to play the game better, or some Easter egg that was created by you for your game? And that's where the art of community management comes in. How to interact, how to show up authentically on Reddit is super important, and our team will be very happy to help you in that process through the tools we have created. So I think in the entire journey from ideating to developing, launching, and growing, the goal is to first think of Reddit in your journey, step 1, and then we will provide you with the right tools to enable you in the journey.
I love that, because I think, like, coming from an indie background myself, I'm sure you guys are familiar with, like, the game developer framework, right? Where you start with developing, like, a concept. You have to get play testing, right, to test, like, the proven concept. Then you go into full development cycles. Then when you're pre-release, you have to try to get wishlist sales in order to be able to have an effective go-to-market launch. So maybe you're trying to drive 10 or 20,000 or 30,000 wishlists, right? Whatever your goal is. Then when you launch, you need to continue to engage your users, because you don't want a cyclical curve where you have this huge turnout day 1 and then you drop, right? So what I'm hearing from you is, when it comes to develop, launch, and grow, you're basically hitting gamers, right? Or you're hitting your community at every step of that development life cycle. It's a very PLG approach when we're thinking
Totally.
about like when you're trying to launch your game. So I guess like what I would love to learn when it comes to Reddit Pro, like this is the first I've heard of Reddit Pro, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so as a developer, like I guess like I'm trying to figure out like how can we work with you guys to get our games more visibility? How can we like reach that 10,000 wishlist goal to like go to market? Like, do you have any advice there?
Totally. First of all, it's all free. There's nothing, we're not charging for any tool we're creating. Let me share some real examples of where it's happening. When we build products at Reddit, we also look at what are the organic behavior we're seeing from a community. So this whole idea of developing or being a part of the whole development cycle of game, getting feedback from users, it's not new. It's already happening at Reddit. If you go to the next slide,
Okay.
Jordan. Next slide, I will come back to that. If you look at this, we have someone asking for, so the question is, how can we enable you to really go deeper? It's hard to find that right community. So what Reddit Pro is doing is, once you sign up for Pro, we help you find the hotspots on Reddit. Which are the most relevant conversation or communities you should be going and hanging out in. So, thank you, Jordan.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier to see.
Perfect. So what Pro is basically is a let's call it a hotspot finder. We have a trends product, very similar to Google Trends. You can enter your keyword or your competitor or the theme of your game, and we will help you find the right discussion across different subreddits on Reddit, and you can then zoom into it and find if it's relevant to you. So we call it the trends page. Here we're talking about 6 days game. We have different other keywords you can add. And you can imagine any keyword, we most likely will support those keywords. If not, we can add as we grow. That's part one. We can tell you which discussions are happening about that specific topic. The second is we also help you find the right communities that you would never find otherwise. So if you go back to the slide again. One more, please. Yeah, over here.
Make sure it's talking like, yeah.
At the bottom, we are talking about few communities. Now, if you try to find community, it's super hard. You might find one or two. With Reddit Trends, we use AI to really understand the context of that keyword, and again, go across Reddit to find which are the most relevant communities for you. Again, if you're just starting a new game, look at the competitor in the same genre and find their communities, because it's all about discussions. It's about the right content and right people. So that's the power of Reddit Pro. The step one is to really empower everyone here to find the right hotspot to interact with. Once you get that, you can do stuff. You can do develop, you can do grow, launch and grow. I'll show you some examples of what people are doing so far. Let's go to the next step. Yeah.
Well, what I would love to cover, because I think I noticed Colin, we'd love to hear from you. So for reference, Colin spoke at our SF game development meetup a handful of months ago. He created the game ClearedHot, and he had a complete successful launch of his game using Reddit. Yeah, come sit down, or you can take my spot. Yeah.
Okay.
Take my spot.
Yeah, easier to. What's up? Wasn't planning on talking, so.
That's our real-time case study,
okay,
right?
Okay. Yeah. So I guess my story is I started game development maybe 3 years ago, and I was trying to plan what game I was going to make, and I used Reddit to just post like GIFs of prototypes to see what people were interested in before I even made the game, and then this is our Reddit post that I used to announce our publisher that we found by way of using Reddit. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, all right. So yeah, that's the story basically. And this post went super viral, and I think we had like 6 million views or something like that. It was #1 on our gaming for a day or over a day, and made it to the front page of Reddit for a little while. So yeah, it was cool. I had like friends texting me that didn't even know that I was making a game. They was like, "Wait, is this your game on Reddit?" So yeah, it was huge.
It's amazing. That's an amazing story. Yeah. Jordan, what happened after this? Did you use Reddit for launching the game finally?
Yeah. So we the rule of thumb is like you need 10,000 wish lists on Steam in order to launch your game and maybe be a success. And I think We had maybe like 6,000 after our first Reddit post, and then right now we're at like 96,000 or something like that.
Fantastic. That's amazing.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for
sharing the
Reddit,
story.
yeah.
No, thank you for sharing the story. Look, the whole idea is this. The idea is, can we create more such stories? So come use Reddit Pro. Find the right communities.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Round of applause. Yeah. That was unexpected but perfect.
Look. It's about being in the moment.
Yeah, but like the crazy thing is that like you're not the only story, right? Like there's hundreds and hundreds of other stories of developers utilizing Reddit to have success, right? And I think conversations, they really start on Reddit. It's a platform that you can utilize, right, for any budget, right? Like if you're an indie, you need to be thinking about marketing, right? Like some people get so caught in their heads of, okay, I need to just be developing all day, right? But you should be taking those conversations and engaging with the community. If you're doing development cycles, you should not be alone in that process. You should be utilizing Reddit to get feedback, right? Do real-time iterations, figuring out what works, what doesn't, right? I don't know, do you have any other advice?
Look, the important part here is two things. One is speed and authenticity of feedback. How can you shorten the time to get feedback? Look at him. His point was he made a GIF to get feedback. I think best thing ever, right? That's also true for, not just gaming, for any other product too. It's the smartest way to understand, is there any juice in the story? And the second is the authenticity of feedback. You want feedback from real people who don't care about how they will be perceived, because it's pseudonymous. You don't know who they are. It's sort of anonymous. So I think use the journey of same story here to get feedback quickly. I would say sign up for Pro. Again, a plug, but it's important. Play with it. Don't use it maybe. But find the community and see how are they interacting. If you are developing a game, find the shortest way to get feedback. That's the only tip I would share here before we move forward. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and what's great is that you have these lanyards, and we have a QR code on the back conveniently printed where you can sign up for Reddit Pro.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. See, I think ahead on these things, right? Is there anything here that you want to highlight? Are there any other slides that we should kind of cover?
Look, let's go to the AMA slide, if you have an AMA slide there.
This one?
Yeah. So the other thing we have seen from, this one, exactly. They're launching a new game, a new product. The thing that really works well on Reddit is putting the developer, the creator, in the forefront. People want to hear not just from a random influencer. There's no influencer on Reddit. We always respect the experts on Reddit. So when a developer comes by themselves and does an AMA on Reddit, that goes a long way. So if you're launching a game, you are about to launch an idea, come do an AMA to create the hype, but in the most authentic manner. That's where we can also help you to find the right community, find the right moderators. And what happens there is that content, number one, you get feedback, you get the hype. Second, it's super SEO friendly. Tomorrow, if the game takes off, you get some sort of visibility. These posts are super SEO sensitive. If they do well, you start showing up on Google. If they do well, you get picked up by press as well. So try it out. Try out how to, again, shorten the journey, get direct feedback, use these marketing techniques to market your game. Win. That's it.